Hello Pisces, I am Ulrich, I'm a Lenormand card reader, and today we will do the business, work, money card reading for the sign of Pisces for the month of January. I will try to keep this reading as short as possible, but of course it will require some of your time if I want to deliver you a quality product. As always, we will do 4 card readings for the sign of Pisces for the month of January. And these are based on the natural elements in your astrological chart, or for some of you, on your time of birth. These basic elements are air, earth, water, and fire. Now, the 4 objects that you always see on my table are directly connected to those elements. So you choose or you pick one that you think relates most to your personality, or you choose one you feel most comfortable with. The subject of your choice, it should or it will relate the best to your current situation. However, if the object and the related video does not match your first choice, please check the other videos that are immediately connected in the same session. I'm sure one of the 4 will fit you. The matches represent the fire element, the stone represents the earth element, the aerosol sprayer represents the air element, and the shell represents the water element. So Pisces, here we go for your money, business, work card reading for January 2022. Hello Pisces, and welcome to your work, business, money card reading. As your first card here, you see the mice here. The mice tells us that probably things will be a little bit delayed on the work. Sometimes it points also that we need to pay attention to things that are happening on our work. We need to pay attention, especially to details. If we don't pay attention to details, some things could happen that we don't like or we dislike. This is what we are seeing here. It's very important here that you pay attention to the details here in your work. You need to remain alert. If small problems are occurring on your work, you need to handle those small problems, because if you don't handle the small problems, they will turn into bigger problems. This is what we are seeing here. There could also be some disappointment related to the work, related to the colleagues here. There could be some trust issues here with the colleagues, or we trust colleagues and they are actually not to be trusted. So you will need to pay attention here also to your colleagues, how they act, how they interact here. You will need to have a very close observation here for the people around you and the people that you work with. This is very important. Now, as the central card here, it's a little bit maybe in contradiction, but it belongs to it. We see here at the same time that friends are very important to us. Our connection with friends, our emotions with friends are very important here. But here we need to, especially with the fox here, we need to select out our friends. So you need to be careful here that you don't have frenemies, like colleagues that turn out to be frenemies and that have other intentions. So be very observative, be careful here on the work floor here with those combinations. Anyway, here we see that we act as a friend towards them. If we are not, we could be friendly and kind to them, but we need to stay very alert here. This is what we are seeing here. Anyway, it also points that with certain friends, we will spend a lot of time, emotional time. We will share our feelings, we will share our emotions here. But as I said here, be careful here. But we cannot deny here with these 2 cards here that friends are very important. Now in our life, colleagues are very important, but you will need to make an important selection, and maybe you need to, the fox sometimes investigates, you will need to actually investigate here what are the intentions of those friends. Then we go to the bottom line here. But maybe we do the moon here first, because here we see with the moon here that work and business here is very important here to us. But if we see this with the stars and the fox here, then we see here that on the work floor here, we could really bring out the positive aspects of the fox here. So it means on the work floor, you could be very smart, perceived as intelligent, colleagues might perceive you as intelligent. They might come to you as a trusted colleague here. This is what we are seeing here. On the work floor, these two cards point to stealth, cleverness. We are smart in our work. We are experienced in our work. This is what we are seeing here. If we have certain goals in our work, we try to achieve them. It might not be easy for the moment now, because we have the mice and the clouds here. The clouds tend to make the situation around us a little bit cloudy. We cannot see actually what is going on. And here, the advice of the clouds is that we focus. So we need to focus here, especially again here, we need to focus on details here. It's possible in your work, where you work, that you are an important figure here, that your colleagues come to you, your peers come to you, and you are quite popular in your work, like you have a kind of fame here. The colleagues rely on you. But maybe also this points to some jealousy. Sometimes some colleagues could be jealous because you have a lot of knowledge, you have a lot of inside information here, you know a lot of things here. And here for yourself, you could have a conflict here between trust and that you are suspicious. You could feel it on you, but you want to help them, you want to be your friend, but sometimes you are not sure how far you can go here with these things here. But here we see that we need to have trust in ourselves. Then we have the fox and the clouds here. Here we need to be very careful. Again, we see this here for deception and trickery. It's possible here, the fox, he adjusts, he operates between dusk and dawn. And here we need to see in certain fields of our work, we need to adjust. We need to try to get in the whole thing here, but it's a tricky, difficult situation, maybe sometimes that you are in. So here, so maybe some people try to take advantage of you, and you yourself, you act friendly, but also you hold up a smoke screen. Why? Because you feel the self-deception here. This is what we are seeing here, and we adapt anyway because we know that the situation is unclear. But if the situation is really unclear here, we need to focus. Focus is the only thing here for getting it out of here. Then we have the stars and the clouds here. Here we see that we need to have trust and faith. You have here, this is actually bright prospects if we focus. We need to trust here in good fortune. We cannot have doubt about ourselves on the work front, because you already have the knowledge here. So you cannot doubt yourself, but maybe the period for success, it's not easy. It's like something is hanging over it. It doesn't mean that your colleagues don't come to you, they will here. They will come to you, but here we don't know what we want. We don't know who we can trust. And it's sometimes a difficult situation. Sometimes we could feel a little bit hopelessness, or we want to keep up our hopes. This is what we are seeing here. Then we have the moon, the dog, and the fox. The moon and the dog here, this points that we have popularity, even though there is some deception, there's some trickery around the world. It doesn't mean that we are not popular, because we are popular in our social circles. Also, we get a lot of invitations of friends. There are some friends, possibly specific friends, that have a high appreciation for us. And also we are loyal to these friends. Some of these friends, they will honor us with what we really are. They will really tell us, and they will mean it from the heart, that we are good in our job. For others, you need to be careful. So that's what I'm telling you here. You need to make certain distinctions here. It's very important that you make distinctions. You need to investigate here like you are a detective, who is loyal to you and who is not. There is a lot of emotions here also in friendships that you have. Sometimes also this could point to emotional issues with friends that we are having here, but there's a lot of support here towards each other. We want to help the friend helps us. This is what we see here. And here with the dog and the fox, this is what I told you earlier. Here literally we see the frenemy. So this is a friend who might have also have very good qualities in the job, and there might be some jealousy, some selfishness here from this friend. Maybe he or she tried to manipulate us, and they are maybe a little bit indifferent. Maybe they have certain ambitions here, but here we need to be very cautious here, because it could point to a superficial friendship, and not everything is what it like. The moon sometimes is a reflection of the sun, and the things are sometimes not what they seem, because the moon sometimes has a dark side. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. So it could be more superficial here. There is a kind of unloyalty here that is possible. You need to guard yourself here, that you don't become like they don't see you as. You need to guide yourself here against a predator, and because there could be a colleague here that has self-interest. So probably if you feel this whole coming, because you have the moon here, it's possible that you will review friendship on the work floor. You will review co-workers. It's also possible, if there is an issue with a brother or a friend or a sister, that you review or you re-evaluate the situation here. Also, we need to be careful here that some colleagues are not gossiping about us. With the fox, we need to take our time to observe. This is time, this is thinking, and this is observation. So here you need to closely observe here your friends, the people around you, and especially your colleague. This sometimes could point to a colleague who has a hidden agenda. They want to be friends with you for extracting maybe your knowledge, but they are in it for selfish reasons. This is what we are seeing here. And probably you will feel it, and it will make you distrustful, and you want to be friends, but it's a very difficult situation that we are seeing here. Then we have the moon and the fox. We're going to mirror the cards here. If we have certain offers at our job, we need to really balance these offers out. You need to investigate if this offer that is offered you is really genuine. So it depends on who the offer comes from, but if it's related to your work, you need to be very careful here. You need to investigate, because it could be a trap for getting you somewhere in a position that you don't want to be. Sometimes also this points to forgeries, so be careful if you work with documents, that the documents that you work with are original, that there are no forgeries here. You will feel distrust here. Here you feel distrust here. You yourself, you are successful in the job. There is advancement here, but there will be there will be difficult here. You will be recognized, you have influence here on your work here, but sometimes because of you feel this distrust in yourself, you will withdraw in yourself. Here, this is what we, and also this friendship at the other side here, it's important for us. It's like we need this friendship, but we cannot trust it here. Anyway, here the fox, it tells us the first thing you need to do is taking care of your own emotions and your own feelings and thinking about yourself. You could be generous, you can be helpful, you can be grateful, and you can help each other, but be careful, protect yourself here at all times. This is the message that we are getting here out of the cards. So Pisces, for the water group, this is all for this month. I hope you get a little bit wiser out of this short card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. If you did, please thank you for watching, and we see each other, of course, in my other videos. Thank you for your time, and bye-bye for now. Hello, Pisces, and welcome to the Air Group for your work, business card reading, money card reading. The first card here that you see on the portrait is the rider. The rider, or here he stands for that we are probably going in a new direction in our life here. This is what we are seeing here. If you don't have certain goals in your life, you should set certain goals. You should, with the birds here, work proactive on setting a certain route for you. You need to have certain determination here for going in certain directions in your life. You need to take initiative here. You need to be proactive here for a situation. You need to act and react here in the situation that we are in here. Probably also you feel quite energetic here with this combination. There's a kind of enthusiastic sphere here hanging over us here. We should not procrast here with this situation. Then the birds on the central card here. we see here that, as I said, we need to be proactive here with this combination. We need to make the right conversation, initiate those conversations. There's probably also a lot of socializing going on, especially in public here. We socialize with a lot of people, we communicate with a lot of people here. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. It's possible also that you are planning to make a short trip. Maybe this is a business trip or a work trip, or a trip that is related to the work. Then we are going in more in the details here. We have the clouds, the birds and the fox here, which is the line that refers to the work here. And here we see that we are receiving here mixed messages here. There are possibly some arguments. There's some stress here because the birds deliver stress here to us. It's possible that the situation is not totally clear on the work front. And here the focus we need to focus on the problems. We need to focus and think here in the work, on the work floor here. This is what we are seeing here. It's possible that we are a little bit confused, but we need to try to get over that confusion here. Also, we cannot think negative. We have the right skills here, but we need to think here in the right way. We need to move in the right direction, and if we feel that this is not the right direction for us, we need to move away from it here. It's possible also there is some gossip going on the work floor, some misunderstanding. Sometimes this points to miscommunication here. It's like sometimes maybe you might have the feeling or you observe that people whisper on the background here. This is what we are seeing here. Or you feel like there's some distant rumors here or secret gossip going on. This what we could see here on the work floor here. This is what we are seeing here. The whole situation in your head might seem a little bit chaotic, so we lose a sense of direction here. If you are very confused and very stressed, just see that you don't share certain secrets on the work or things that are private from you, because this could be a problem afterwards. So be careful what you are saying here with this combination. Then we have the fox and the birds here. Here we see that we could be confronted with lies on the work floor, or that people withhold information for us that is vital. So we need to remain alert here. We need to focus again here. There could be some people that are not honest. They are literally sly. Sometimes we could have the feeling here we are unable to trust nobody here. And it's important here with the fox that we stay diplomatic and calm here. It's possible that you consider a job change. Sometimes here with this combination, it's possible that the situation is making you very stressed and that you think the solution is a change of job. This is possible here, but you need to stay diplomatic and calm. If the stress is too much on the work floor, you can do this in a calm, diplomatic way. Just see, before you move, you make your bed. You need to act here if you are already in place. Don't go into gossip, don't go into things. If you feel that it's too much for you, the cards tell us here that we need to stay diplomatic, make our bed, and if it's the time, we can move. You can go to interviews here with this combination. This is what we are seeing here. But here, sometimes we see that we are confronted here with lies on our work front here. If you go to certain job interviews, just see that these job interviews also are genuine, because sometimes also this points to shady job interviews. So be careful also with this one here. This point, also this combination, we need to be very careful what we put on social media. So don't put anything of your business, of your person that is very private on social media, because as we know, it's very difficult to get it off because it could have a negative effect on your person. So be careful here. But for the job, if you feel that everything is secure, everything is safe, it's possible here that you make a move. But the fox only moves between when he has the things in right. You need to take care of yourself here. You need to be smart. You need to be intelligent here. You need to all the skills that you have. And you have a lot of skills here. We see here the skills here because the birds have a lot of skills here in communication. The rider is very flexible, so it's not a problem, but you will need to adapt here. You need to adjust in certain areas here. This is what we are seeing here. You need to make a certain risk assessment here. Don't rush things here. Also, you could feel like here, like you are in a chess game. This is what we are seeing here. Also, if you work with documents in your workflow, be careful that the documents that you are confronted with are genuine. Double check all the documents, because you could be confronted here with certain very refined forgeries. Double check it, because maybe it's very difficult to distinguish the original from the copy here. So be careful here if you are confronted with certain documents here. Anyway, it tells us also that we need to open our mouths when it's the right time. So don't share, think, act, and then you can move. This is what we are seeing here. We need to play the whole thing here like a chess game. Then we have the clouds and the fox here. Here we see again, it's double confirmation. We will be confronted with deception and trickery, but maybe you already know this here. We will need to adjust here if we want certain results in our life. And maybe the results that we want to achieve are not there in the place. Sometimes also it could put stress on us, and like we want to eat. We want to eat for getting our stress off. So take care of your health here also with this combination, with this here we see also that if you take distance from it, you will see that it clear up more. So you will need to take a certain distance here, because sometimes also with this combination, we feel lost. It's like we have no guide anymore. We don't feel our inner guide anymore, and we feel a little bit weak here, and others could prey on this weak constitution that we are displaying. Maybe we are not aware of it, so be careful here with this combination. Also see if you make certain moves or if you do certain things in your work that you have all the information. This is what we are seeing here also with this combination. Then we are gonna do the other line here that is connected to it. We have the key, the fox and the garden. The key and the fox here, the key is yes. So it means if you have a job interview, you need to work out a plan. And if you work out a plan and you use a clever strategy, like a chess game, you will go to the desired things. But you need to be craftful here. This is what we are seeing here. You need to focus on your goals. Here with the garden here as the last card, I think here also you want more freedom. So here I think it's freedom connected. Maybe you feel they're in a very close gossip environment. It's clouded there for you. You want out it. There are some intrigues here with colleagues that we are seeing here. So maybe you want to get out of there, and you are suspicious about it, and also you are suspicious how much you can share. This is what we are seeing here. We are very cautious here for opening up and not to be betrayed. So maybe this feeling is correct that we are seeing here with this combination. But here we see also that our job is very important for us here. This is what we are seeing here. It's possible also with this combination that you stop sharing certain things with combination. If you have trust here, you can make the move, but see that your bet is very good made here with this combination. We need to be very aware here of missteps. We need to work everything very minuscule out here. It's very important that you do, and that you work everything out, and then you can really get things on the move here. You need to work in your own self-interest. Don't care about others. Work in your self-interest here. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Then we have the fox here and the garden, and here we see again, we see the same confirmation again. Be careful if you operate in groups on the workplace. If you have a certain department, be careful what you are saying here. But this doesn't mean that you have lack of customer. For instance, if you are a representative or you are a salesman, you have enough customers here. There's a lot of customers here because there is a key here. And if you work, this is not the problem. The problem is the environment here where you are functioning in. It's like something is hanging over here over the environment. It's like we are operating here in a tricky community. There could be jealousy. Maybe people are jealous of your abilities because there's a lot of communicative abilities here. People might not understand how you get so many customers because sometimes the clouds, sometimes people cannot follow the way we think, especially Pisces. They have sometimes their thoughts are different. It's like sometimes Pisces, he don't go directly to the target. He can go in another way, and this way that you get access to the customers might not be clear to others, and because there is not a certain plan, and you still have the customers, people could be having a hard time to understand here. This is what we are seeing here, but the customers are there here with this combination. So it could also mean that some of your colleagues, they are a little bit harsh to you here, and here you feel, or you should watch out for your reputation, because they put a certain judgment on you, but the judgment might not be clear. It's just what they think. So here we see that we need to avoid this situation. So take your time here, because small lies, maybe people tell lies about you, and these could have consequences. So be careful if you are in a difficult situation there. But here we see the quality of the person. That is not the problem. There's a solution here. There's a lot of customers, but I think here it's the environment. So it's time here we move out. And we have the key here. I think you want more freedom. Maybe this environment is not good for you, so you need to focus here for getting out here. Maybe here we see the house here and the garden here. It's like we want a job that delivers us, or that gives us more freedom. And I think this is the key. Maybe you are in a close environment. Maybe you work in a place that is in a closed environment, and you feel that you need more freedom, you need out. But here we see that you can take your abilities. A salesman has abilities. It doesn't matter if you go out or you stay in, the abilities go with you. So maybe it's time here with this reading to get more freedom. This is what we are seeing here. But as I said, make your bet before you move, because there's a lot going on here. You need to play the game very smart here before you make your move. Anyway, Pisces, this is all for the air group for this month. I hope you get a little bit wiser out of this work reading or money card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. If this card reading don't check you at all, please check the other three that are connected here in the same session. I'm sure one of the four will fit you. If you like this carding, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for doing so. And I'm sure we see each other in the other card readings. Thank you for your time, and bye-bye for now. Hello, Pisces, and welcome to the Stone Group for your work, business, financial, or money card reading. The first card here that we see here is the letter. The letter represents a document that has value. It could be like bonds, or a valuable document, something that we can translate or in money in general. Here we see in combination with this, with the tower here, it's possible that we applied for something, or that we are cooperating with a bank, and here we get news back from the bank from these documents, because here this represents bank and this represents money. So it's possible that we waited, we forwarded these documents, and now we get a reply. Since we have the key there, it's in general, this points to positive news that is coming to us. But as we know, with banks, we will need to uphold a certain structure. We will need to apply a certain payment plan here. This is what we are seeing here. Anyway, this combination points that we make the applications here, important applications here. Then we have the ring as the central card. The ring points to a contract, an agreement that we make with an institution. This is what we are seeing here. Here we connect ourselves in a regular way to a certain institution. This is what we are seeing here. We see here with this combination that we are planning here to honor those commitments here, and we probably will not back out of them here, because the ring likes to keep things as agreed here, because it makes a bridge to what we have promised here. Then we gonna focus to the central line here, because that line is most related to business here. And it's possible here with this combination that you have been in this position in a way before, or this points to a long-term term contract that you're about to take, legal contract here. This is what we are seeing here. Maybe you are familiar with this institution already because the tower returns. Anyway, everything here is very legal here. There are certain limitations here that we are seeing here, but these are solid contracts where we strived for here, and we agree with the business deal or the treaty that we have made here. There's an officializing here of the contract here too. We see here also that documents are signed, and we have the stork there. So it means that we get on the move. There are big changes here coming here for our business here, because the stork is a big bird and he represents big changes. It's also possible because we have the ship and the stork here, and both of these cards relate to abroad. So it's possible that this business is somehow related to abroad or money in abroad. The stork is a traveling bird and the ship is moving abroad, also overseas. So we see here that this business could in somehow be related to abroad or business transactions in abroad. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Anyway, then we have the stork and the ring on itself here. The payments that we are making, as usual in bank here, are cyclic here. This is what we are seeing here. So we probably made some agreements and we pay at certain dates here. This is what this represents, and in general is with banks, it's like this here. It's possible also that related to contracts, to business contracts, we have several business contracts hanging. It's like new businesses coming to us, maybe from abroad, and here we will find the solution here for these business commitments. There come here a lot of changes, big business transformations here, reconnections here with these combinations. Some of these transformations you will be very predictable. This is what we are seeing here. Then we have the tower and the stork here. Some things that happened in the past here, maybe experience, because the tower is experience, some experiences that we have out of the past, or documents or degrees that we have out of the past, they will represent a certain importance here, and they will also contribute to this life change. Our experience or our degree or our experience in life here or our experience in business. Anyway, there's a lot of changes here, but our experience here is required here. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Anyway, there's a mental growth here also that we are seeing here. We get more responsible also with this combination. And then we have the garden and the ring here. The garden and the ring here we see again that we commit here. This commitment is very serious here. There's a common purpose here. Also, the business that you do, it has a common purpose. It has a plan for something bigger. This is what we are seeing here. And it's possible that if you had a business before, that this business, it might be transforming from the bottom up. There's like a total transformation here from the old business in something new. If you are already in business, if not, this is a total transformation that we are seeing here with this combination. Then we are gonna focus here on the ring and the key here. And here we see that the things work out as abroad financially with the money, with the business transactions here. This is what we are seeing here. We are literally entering, because the ship enters the harbor. After the restrictions of the tower, everything is agreed here. The ship enters the harbor here and our business is about to begin. We enter the contract, we enter the commitment here, we enter the promises that we are making. It's very important also, this business for you, and probably here also it will cause a very transformative thing in your world here. It will really put your world upside down. It could really shake your world here, this transformation that you're undergoing here. The key is yes, so we accept here the responsibilities that we are seeing here with this combination. We cross certain bridges in our life that we didn't pass before. So here, this is what we are seeing here. But pay careful attention here to your obligation, because it's very important here that you keep strictly to what you have promised, but that and what you agreed here. Here we see the opening and the closing here of contracts here. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Anyway, if you focus on your goals here, you can achieve here your goals, because the key is yes here. The bridges that we are built are solid, so we can move on here with this combination, especially related to money or to business abroad or to financial business that we are seeing here with this combination. Then we have the garden and the key in itself. The garden and the key, here we see that we mirror the cards here. We see here that there's an important meeting that has a very big influence here related to the contract, and this is probably related to the bank, but also with people here. It will give us insights. Maybe when we talk to these people, you have experience, but they probably will share, because the ring shares, they will share their knowledge with you, and you will make this some interesting discovering that maybe change some perspectives in you. This is what we are seeing here. These people want to be smart with you. They want to help you. They want to improve your business here. And the key brings the solution. So you will agree with each other for doing it that way, or you will think about it here. This is what we are seeing here. Also, it points here that we reveal our business to the public. We are coming out here. We maybe before we stayed more inside, or the business was more enclosed, but here we literally see that we come out with the business here. There are group dynamics here going on here. We get insights delivered here towards us. This is what we are seeing here. Then we have the key and the coffin. I want to go into focus here on this card here. And here we see that we get access to funds. So whatever before was not working because of certain structures, now it's opening. So here there are opportunities here. We become very aware. We will come in a very responsible phase of our life. We are very aware here what we are undertaking. This is what we are seeing here, because the tower, it requires responsibility, and the coffin is psychological transformation. So here it's like we're maturing up here psychologically for our business. This is what we are seeing here. And this is like we are lock and key in an advanced position. We lock, we key, and we move on. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Anyway, if things that were stuck before, the ship brings things on the move here. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Anyway, we finally make the move. Maybe we were a little bit scared also before for take the move here, but we say yes here now and we go on. Then we gonna focus to the stork and the coffin here. And here we see that all ends delay. So we have 2 times the same here. All ends that were the delays that were there before, they end. And things are literally coming into action now here for us here. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. The transformations are going here, moving here. It's also possible that some people from your past, in a way, are interacting, or you accept them in your business. This is what we are seeing here with this combination, because the tower returns, the ring returns. These are all returning cards. Some people who were before in your life for business, for agreements, for contracts, they will return in your life, and you will allow them to return into life, and probably in your life and in these contracts, and you allow them. But this is a very positive reading here. But here we need to keep to the structure of the plan. If we do so, if we respect our agreements, this is a serious reading for moving ahead. And I'm assuming here this has to do with abroad, with finances here. This is what we are seeing here. It has to do with abroad, with money abroad, with structures abroad, with banks abroad. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Anyway, this is all for the Stone Group. I hope you get a little bit wiser out of this card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. If this card reading don't fit you at all, please check out the other 3 that are connected here. I'm sure one of the 4 will fit you. Anyway, thank you for your time, and I'm sure we see each other in my other videos. Bye-bye, and thank you. Hello, Pisces, and welcome for the fire group for your business money card reading here for the month of January. As the first card here, we see the ship. The ship represents money, business, trading, everything that has to do with business here. This is what we are seeing. It's represented by the ship. It's also a very strong longing for doing business. Here in combination with the moon here, it points also that we are very creative in business. Whatever our business or field of business is, the moon is very creative. It's finding the answers in the mind, because the moon is the mind, and we are very creative. Then we have the key next to it. The key is solution. So the solution is already in our mind. So if we are doing something creative, whatever our business is, or whatever we do, or whatever field we are in, here this points to very creative solutions that we can find here with this combination. The ship also, it points that we are enterprising, we are pursuing our dreams, our goals here, and we really go for it. The ship moves forward. It's not as fast as the rider, but it moves forward. It's very focused on business. It's a very strong longing here. The ship tells us not to waste any time anymore, especially with the whip here. We need to put things moving. The whip is the energetic card of the deck here, and we need to put energy and get things on the move. And we need to have a very strong focus on our business, because the clouds is focus. So we need to focus, we need to orient our focus very much on the business here. This is what we are seeing here, but we cannot waste time. We need to focus on our goals here. We need to set sail here. This is what we are seeing here. If you focus, there will be positive progress here. The whip in the central card, it points that probably this can go two ways. It's possible that we have a business that requires negotiations. Sometimes the whip is negotiations. It means also that we have a lot of energy for negotiations. Sometimes this points to salesmen, and the salesman need to negotiate his contracts. We see the contracts next to it. So here we see that the person is negotiating about certain contracts. We have the birds here, and the birds represent vocality, communication here. Here we see there's the birds is a very energetic, and it's a card of the mind. So it's also thinking. So here we see we negotiate, we think, our mind is very flexible. Also, it can point to some stress in the business and in the negotiations, but anyway, not necessarily in a negative way. Some negotiations, of course, it brings stress, it brings some moving forward here, but here we see that we build the bridges for the future. We are talking about building the bridges for the future, and we invest a lot of energy in it. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. If we are encountering certain problems that always if we are encountering certain problems with people that always gives us the same problems, because the ring returns, and maybe there's somebody in your environment or related to your business that always gives you the same problems, maybe you should consider this, and maybe you should take some action against that. Sometimes the ring is hard for letting go, but here, if there's a person in your life regarding to business that causes problems, maybe we should crack the whip and we should move on here from this person. We should maybe act more aggressive. The ring don't like aggressiveness, but in a way, sometimes if the situation always returns, it causes us draining, it causes us energy, and it brings us confusion. So it's better to move on from this situation. You already have the idea, the solutions here in your head, so you need to take them. So don't stick to it, just move forward with it here. This is what we are seeing here. Then we're going to focus here on the whip and the moon. Here we see that we literally get an invitation for doing business here, or we get invited in abroad, or we are intertwining ourselves with business in abroad. This is what we are seeing here. It's possible that our business involves bringing certain solutions. We need to be very creative here in our mind. This is what we are seeing here. This could be services that offer solutions, negotiations, solutions. This is what we are seeing here. But also it points that we are popular in what we are doing here. We need to explore our own intuition here. We are traveling also into possibly to a place in abroad, because the ship is often related to a place in abroad. If not in a place in abroad, this is about big business transactions, and it's already in our mind here what we are doing here. Maybe if we have a business and it's related to money or so, or to certain transactions, it's possible that we work a lot at night, because excuse me, because the moon often is related to the evening or to the night. This is what we are seeing here. Anyway, there's a strong longing here for doing this business, and there's the answer in many of your business quests will be yes, because the key offers solutions here. This is what we are seeing here. Anyway, you will probably depart or take a trip here to the journey, but also sometimes this points that in business our mind opens. We have some mind expanding experiences here in business. This is what we are seeing. Things are changing here, and here it's like our mind is unlocked and we get some aha moments here. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. It's possible also that we have certain emotions that we didn't experience before here related to business. I don't mean bad experience here or bad emotions. They are positive emotions, but they could be new to us. We didn't experience this kind of emotions before. Anyway, if we take a trip in abroad, it could also bring us some rest here. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Then we have the moon and the key. Here, this points that we are very smart in business here. The key is solutions, and the moon is the mind. So this is emotional, intelligent solutions, creative. It comes to us from our subconscious. Maybe sometimes we are not really aware of it, and the solution just comes to us if it's for business. This is what we are seeing here. But also this points to very good offers that we are getting here into business, or that we are creating for ourselves, because sometimes the whip cracks and it creates solutions for ourselves. If you don't create it for yourself, it will come to you. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Anyway, here there's a kind of unlocking here of the subconscious. It's possible also sometimes that you have dreams, and in your dreams the solution is in there in your dreams. So this is what we are seeing here. Also, we are more self-confident. There is success here. Success is guarantees. There are important opportunities here that are coming to us here. Something in our subconscious was unlocked, and it was there, and now it's unlocked here, and it becomes clear to you, and we are really cracking the whip for doing business here. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Sometimes this points to, if you are, for instance, if you are a salesman or a businessman, this points to really that something was hidden in our subconscious, and we become aware of it, that this is what we need to apply. We are becoming like an expert for the mind in our field of business. This is what we are seeing here, and everything is connected very deeply to the emotions. Then we're gonna mirror the ship and the key here. Here we do a discovery, we travel for business here, we are given opportunities, the same again here. This points also to excellent returns on business, and mostly this points to contracts on the long run. But here with the clouds here, we will need to focus on it. The clouds require focus, so we will need to focus very much on the business. We will need to pay attention to it. This is what we are seeing here. We can not just let it go. Here, there is a strong focus required, but we are open here to business. We probably do some additional education, or we see that we have all the information here. This is what we are seeing. Anyway, this trip will unlock certain things for you, certain gates, certain business transactions that you didn't had before. There are really big changes here made here. You have really unrestricted access to some areas here for business here. You explore new ideas here. You see that the solutions sometimes are different in a different areas that you didn't explore before. This is what we are seeing here. It's like you're preparing yourself for a new adventure here. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Then we have the whip and the ship. The whip and the ship here, we see here, if you travel, it's good. It's possible that during the trip there are some business troubles, maybe there's some business, some troubles with the vehicle in itself here, because we have the whip here. Maybe if you go with a plane, there's some technical problem and the flights could be a little bit delayed here, or there's some issues here with the vehicle. This is what we are seeing here. It's in another way, it can point to multiple trips, because the whip is 2 and multiple. So here we see this, these are both combination, or there is some trouble with the vehicle, or there are multiple trips here. But since we have the cloud, I think it's a little bit of both that we are having here. Anyway, we see here also that we will see that the contracts that we are undertaking are just, they are correct, because the ring wants a balance and the whip wants to negotiate for honest, clear contracts. We need to have clear contracts here. It's very important that you read the small print in the contract here that you are about to undergo here. You need to look out for trouble that might come in the future. So you need to be aware what you are doing here. You need to go into the details. Maybe this is what we are seeing here. Then we have the clouds and the whip and the clouds on itself here. It's possible that you come in certain situations and maybe you are blocked during a trip here and you want to go there, but you cannot. And there is some kind of frustrations here, some challenges here during this trip here. This is what we are seeing here. So if you are undertaking a trip, expect some problems with the vehicle and prepare yourself. See that you have incalculated this in your trip. Maybe you go up front or you do something that you are already incalculated. It's possible that during negotiations for the contract that it was really the negotiations were really heavy. And here we see that the dust is settling from the negotiations, but it will be work out because the ring is very diplomatic, it's very forgiving. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. But there in business it's like that. Sometimes we have serious arguments, we want to prove our point, and this is what we are seeing here with this combination. Also, this points that we had probably think patterns before for doing business, and we break those thinking patterns. It's like we want to do business in a different way of thinking. If you are not and you are stuck in your thinking patterns, it means you need to have a different approach. You need to approach the business in a different way. Probably diplomacy is one of the solutions. If we are a very hard negotiator for business, maybe we need to be more diplomatic next time if we do business. It causes less, I would say, damage here, less difficulties after. And you will have less standstill if you negotiate in a more different way here. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. It's possible also during the negotiations, because these negotiations take place in a foreign country, that these people misinterpret certain things because they have a different culture. For instance, if we do business with people who live the other side of the world, sometimes they have certain traditions and they do business in a different way. So here we need to make sure that we have the information, if we negotiate, that we negotiate in the right way, or these people could be offended. So this is what we need to take care of here with this combination. Then we have the key and the ring. The key and the ring here, we see here that the business relationship works out as agreed. We keep to our agreements. We make contracts here. We make promises here to the person. We secure ourselves here. We see that also that our partners are reliable, and we should do so. And we need to strongly focus on it here. This is what we are seeing here. We build literally bridges for the future, but sometimes some things we need to very focus on, because sometimes the clouds they fog things. So here we need to see that we build bridges, but that we can see in the future what is coming. So we need to protect ourselves here for the future here, but in a way we are full-heartedly committed here to the thing that we are undertaking here. We commit to understandings here. This is what we are seeing here. Then we have the ring and the clouds here. As I said, see that your negotiations, your contracts are solid. If they are not solid, it could cause problems. So you need to see where these contracts are heading, where these contracts are going here. So we need to be careful here for the future that we negotiate in the correct way, with the right cultures, that we have the right attitude, so we don't compromise our future. We need to here see that we are diplomatic. With the ring, we need to be diplomatic, but you have them both here. You have the skills. You just need to apply them. So inform yourself how to negotiate, because maybe the area where you live compared to abroad, the negotiations are different. They negotiate in a different way. So here, see that there are no misunderstandings or mutual misunderstandings, that you don't blow up bridges, not literally blow up, but that you don't make the relationship more difficult than it should be, because there are a lot of possibilities here. There's a lot of energy from both partners here that we are seeing here. Then we have the key and the clouds. So here we see that we let our brain literally work. We let our mind, we let our brain work here for finding solutions. It's like we need to solve a kind of a riddle here for getting out of this confusion. We need to use literally our intelligence, and you have the intelligence, you have the energy, but you need to apply it here. We need to apply our intellect, our mutual intellect, and for a mutual agreement here. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. And if you want, you can come out here in a positive way, but you will need to see that that you work in a problem-solving advanced way. This is what we are seeing here. But there's a solution here for the confusion, but you will probably need to approach these people in a certain way here. This is what the ring balances here. This is what we are seeing here. But there is a solution here hanging here. You will be delivered from certain despairs here. This is what we are seeing here. It's probable also that in the beginning, if we need to see that we need to adjust certain plans or business directions, we are unwilling to do so. And that these ideas from those other people, they bring you a kind of disinterest. So maybe you need to adjust here. This is what we are seeing here. And it could make you a little bit distressed, or maybe it makes you a little bit angry, but here it's very important that we are not getting angry, that we don't blow up our bridges. So pieces for the fire group, this is all. I hope you get a little bit wiser out of this financial business card reading, but it's good for money. Everything is here, so you can apply the right things. If this reading don't fit you at all, please check the other three that are connected here. I'm sure one of the four will fit you. And of course, you can check out all the other readings, the personal financial readings that I do for you on my channel. Anyway, thank you for your time, and I'm sure we see each other in my other videos. Thank you, and success with the business.